ready to match up with the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. On the return, here's Justin Hardy. And he'll take this one near the 25. At the 26-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
So much of this game is still mental, still psychological. Yeah, we just saw a big-time run right there. But you have to believe he was dreaming about this last night in his hotel room before this one, thinking, hey, first time I touch it, let's go for some big yardage and set a tone. That's exactly what he got done.
And he's got this down to the 35. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, Tuesday.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, Is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
Play number 8 here on the opening drive. This is 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And Bryant's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
On 2nd down, here's Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. And that's caught inside the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Caught here by Conley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down. A first trip to the red zone for KC. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelce, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Butker now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Well, the Atlanta Falcons, their offense takes the field again, and the story for them this year, if you had to sum it up in one word, I think you would agree, it's been injuries in 2018. This is not the year they expected to have.
And it really happened on both sides of the ball, but it happened bigger on the defensive side of the ball. Keanu Neal, their free safety. Ricardo Allen, their strong safety. Deion Jones missed.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. He's got the hook up with Conley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he checks this one down to Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Obviously, the Kansas City backfield, very unsettled, but they might have something in Damian Williams.
I think that they do, and I thought he was a quality back when he was in Miami. And in this last game, 123 yards from scrimmage, 2 touchdowns in the loss to the Chargers in Week 15. But he definitely showed something in that game that keeps Kansas City feeling optimistic about their backfield, and they're still hoping to get Spencer Ware back from injury.
On 2nd and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll run it with Williams. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Now they'll run it on the toss. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Brandon, I believe that they were in 4-down territory, and that's what they were thinking. But after the loss, I've got to kick the field goal. No way I'm going to go for it in this situation. But you know some of these coaches, they're extremely unpredictable, and they may go ahead and press it.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the pitch to Freeman. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Ordinarily in short yardage, most people don't run a toss because it takes a little bit longer to develop. But some teams see it as a very physical type run because the amount of people that get out in front of the runner, offensive linemen, tight ends, sometimes an extra back, they like to run that play there and try and run over people.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Space. Gun. Left.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
21. Right. Get out. Wait. Get out.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. Being chased out left. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
And absolutely zero surprise that that one was incomplete, huh? I mean, truthfully, how many OCs have we seen with 3rd and 20 on their play sheet and go, oh, I've got the exact play to dial up.
Now, that's just a head-scratching down when you're facing a 3rd and 20. Tried to complete it, couldn't get it done. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Well, for the Kansas City Chiefs, as their offense takes the field again, the road to a first-round bye in the #1 overall seed, that hit a big speed bump week 15 with that 1-point loss to the Chargers, CD.
Yeah, it certainly did. It set the playoff picture on its ear, didn't it? I mean, when you think about it now, we kind of had Kansas City locked in as the #1 seed, but we'll have to see how it all plays. But here's the bottom line, though. It doesn't matter to me where Kansas City plays.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Officially a minute 54 to go in this first half. We're back to Atlanta right after this timeout. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Mahomes now on 1st down, letting one go deep for the end zone. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Chiefs add on to their lead. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned the concentration, being able to catch the football, get your feet down in bounds, hang on to it all the way through the process of the catch. That was a phenomenal play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's going to fire one deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup at 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
21. Gun.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. And an alley to run. And he slides to avoid the hit. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now Ryan on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. They toss to Freeman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Tuesday. Right. 11.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And his throw here's incomplete. It was Orlando Scandrick the one that time to knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Gun. Number 53. 25, sit on.
On 3rd down, Ryan buying time to his left. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Bryant's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. So 2 quarters down. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the 3rd quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. It's a very short kick, taken right at the 20. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to look deep down the field. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback when he delivers the ball.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the...
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Mahomes now to throw. Now he's going to go deep down the left side, and that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 43 yards. On first down, Mahomes. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Tack McKinley in there to sack him for a loss of 6. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The good pickup there, a 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Dancing to his left. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now Ryan on second down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 37, and he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail! Black 58 rail!
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs